In the Pacific Ocean, there is an island the size of Texas. While most islands are bright, vibrant beacons of life, this island brings only death. Mostly invisible due to the nature of biodegradation, it is both out of sight for all and out of mind for most. Created by wind currents, tides, and human waste, this island is mostly comprised of microfilaments. These tiny pieces of plastics are consumed by the smallest fish, which work their way up the food pyramid, destroying entire ecosystems. As this garbage works its way up the food chain, its horrific consequences become more and more apparent. Like something out of a horror film, birds and fish are found dead, their stomachs engorged, filled with plastic and other unsanitary waste. Despite the massive impact this garbage island is causing, it is unlikely that it will be solved or even addressed in the near future. This issue affects no country directly, and as such there is not local pressure to combat this issue. However, it cannot be ignored, as all countries suffer from the effects of this trash island. Far too expensive for one nation to deal with, the subject of environmental justice must be discussed when addressing this island. Who is going to front the cost to clean this issue up? However, despite how bleak the situation may be, this problem forces us to look inward and discover how we can make a difference, one person at a time. Firstly, in order to understand this crisis, it's important to understand just what exactly makes this island so dangerous. A vast majority of this mass is non-biodegradable plastic, which does not fully break down ocean waters and instead grows smaller and smaller until it is consumed. Researchers fear that the issue may be worse below the surface, as 70% of marine debris sinks to the bottom of the ocean, making the sands below an unimaginable trash heap. Science is still not exactly sure how widespread or damaging the effects of the dump will be, but one thing is for sure, the environment will suffer. As fish eat the plastic, they are eaten by larger fish, and so forth until entire ecosystems are poisoned. Starting from the bottom of the food chain, plastic works its way through to every part of the ecosystem, killing everything in its way. Even birds and fish-eating mammals have been found dead due to this effects of the island. This issue directly affects humans in two distinct ways. Firstly, our bodies are directly affected by this process. After all, we are at the top of the food chain. With increasing reports of seafood contaminated with garbage, we really have to wonder how exactly this trash island is affecting us. In addition, as fish populations thin out, the poorest fishermen are unable to catch the food they need to survive. This brings up the question of environmental justice, as it is the poor who are directly being affected by the loss of revenue or increasing price of seafood. Plastics, described as a sponge for chemicals, can be consumed by humans as it works its way up the food chain. These pieces of garbage deliver a toxic shock to the immune system of the host and can lead to infections. However, despite all the known scientific dangers of this heap, it is unlikely that we will see a solution soon. This issue is an incredible task to clean up, as it would take 67 ships 1 year to clean up less than 1% of the Pacific Ocean. No country in this era of isolation and fear would be willing to contribute to a global issue with the threat of their fellow nations being non-cooperative. At this point, a solution seems impossible. No matter how large the issue seems, we as a people need to look inwards as how we can help. By buying less plastics and plastic-wrapped products, we can reduce our individual impact on the ocean. In addition, we can pressure our government to promote garbage classification, specific protocols regarding to the trash disposal into the ocean, and the use of biodegradable plastics. Finally, we can invest in technological methods to clean this mess, with inventions like biological decomposers showing the forward thinking needed to adapt to the changing environment. Just as the plastics show that a small thing in a large group can cause incredible hurt, we can prove that small changes in large groups can cause incredible good. This mess is dangerous, destructive, and far-reaching, but not impossible. The Pacific Ocean is estimated to be 62.42 million square miles and has been resilient for thousands of years. If we as a species can learn to reduce our waste, coordinate cleanup efforts, and promote biodegradables, maybe one day this island will disappear and the water will be free once more.